I'm Bob, and I collect stamps. One of the many ways you can organize a stamp collection is by the topic of the image on the stamp. American collectors call these topical collections. British and others refer to them as thematic. Though that usually means the same thing, in American exhibiting they are very different. Like many English words that keep us apart, you can pick which you prefer as long as you can define it, if you get confused looks from someone else. Topical collections can reflect just about any subject. They can be very broadly defined or very narrowly defined. What's best about it is that you, the collector, decides what gets in and what stays out of your topical collection. Topical collections can cover any subject, and most stamps could be included in more than one topic. This stamp could be included in such topics as queens, cameo images, people looking left, or red stamps. This penny black could be included in all but that last category, and could be added to the category of black stamps or first issues of nations. In case you don't recognize it, it's a Great Britain penny black, the first adhesive postage stamp ever. These stamps have queens on them, but could be kings and queens, or many others. This King Arthur stamp from Austria covers statues, artists, kings, and legendary people. Portraits like this of Nathan Hale, portraits, Brown, revolutionary figures, spies, people who have been hanged, all could be topics for this stamp. Transportation is a commonly collected topic. This locomotive could be a gnat, or a railroad collection, or smoke. Ship, city, and anniversary collections could be home for a stamp like this, a New York 300th anniversary stamp. Minerals is also a popular topic, and it could be as broad as geology or as narrow as amethyst crystals, as far as the collection topic goes. How do you house such a collection? There are no regular albums for most topics you might collect. You might find someone has put together pages on your topic. You can find them on the internet sometimes that you can print out, but more likely you're on your own. I keep my topic collection a couple of ways. Binders like these can house pages of stamps. These pages can be blank or quadrilled pages. These butterflies are on such pages. You can leave the pages blank and write information on them by hand, or you can generate special pages using some specialty software or a simple word processor or desktop editing software like InDesign or Publisher. If you want boxes around your stamps, you may have to do a lot of measuring and testing. I'm just starting to do that. I've got a test page on the bottom of this image. I will be printing mine on 65-pound light cardstock. I've also got archival sheet protectors, so I don't have to punch holes in the pages and can take them out if I want to put them into an exhibit someday, if I exhibit. At this point, I'm still dreaming I can put an exhibit together, but I'm working toward a couple of small ones. If you want more flexibility, you can also use stock books or pages, like where I put these Australian mineral stamps. In this case, my write-ups, when I do them, are on paper slipped between stock pages in my stock binders. As far as my topical collections, you've seen some of the stamps from them. Butterflies is one. Fish, mostly freshwater, is another. I don't have a lot of stamps in those topics, but I'm open to expanding them. Actually, I'm actively expanding my fish stamps right now. My first love, though, is birds. My first word was owl, and I've loved birds ever since. So much that I've worked as an ornithologist, even at the Smithsonian. But there are over 30,000 stamps with birds on them. How could it be possible to collect them all? For almost all of us, it isn't. So I narrow our focus. We may collect parrots like this absolutely beautiful Cicero. It's one of my favorite designs on a stamp. We might collect shorebirds. Less common on stamps than parrots, maybe, depending on whether you include gulls or not. Or you might pick up birds from a single continent. Africa is a great place for this. I've decided for now to focus future bird collecting on Australia. That country has issued around 500 stamps with birds on them. It's a perfectly manageable number of stamps to collect, at least for me. A lot of them are kookaburras. A lot more are emus, but I like both. There are other birds on Australian stamps, of course. Some of my favorite birds are waxbill finches, including this crimson finch, and my favorite bird to keep as a pet, zebra finches. But I can't keep them anymore, so this will have to do. Of course, focusing on Australia doesn't stop me from still wandering around the world. This Papua New Guinea Bird of Paradise stamp recently caught my eye, and I'll probably be picking up Australian birds like cockatoos on the stamps of other countries. But that's the fun of a topical collection. You define it. You make it your own personal collection. So, start by looking over the stamps you have. See what catches your eye. Do you find those stamps, or even many of those stamps, have something shared among their designs? You have the start of a topical collection. Now you know. At some point, for more information on collecting topical stamps, you can take a look at the websites of the American Topical Association or the British Thematic Association. All right, keep collecting, collect what you want. Don't follow anybody else's rules, except have fun and take care of yourself and your stamps. Thanks for watching.